Depending upon which reports you hear, I heard from a source that's not in the building, but it's close to people that are in the building and kind of giving their depiction on it, because I didn't want to jeopardize or put anybody in any situation that is in there, because we have close friends in there. And I could call and say, hey, what the fuck is going on, you know? But who would tell the truth, who would not? I don't want to put them in a compromising position either. So I'm talking to people, though, that they're not scared to put people, it sounds like. So my sources are telling me, hey, after that 3-week suspension, AB did not feel as if he was appreciated or respected enough, or they didn't have his back enough. Rick Stroud of the Tampa Bay Times, who'd been there for 30 years, he backed up that. He said he heard the same thing. So then now there's a mistrust, it feels like, during that suspension between AB and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Whenever I was told the story about what happened on the sideline, I was told conversations happened, and then boom, it blew up. We still don't know what those conversations are saying. BA said that he was never mentioned any ankle injury. There was nothing that. BA came out and said he didn't want to go in the game, so we didn't have him in the game. Well, we'll talk about the people that are in the game and the people that didn't quit or whatever. Now AB has come out, and he has given his side of the story in lengthy posts that are very well written. And actually, when you read through it, you're like, okay, obviously can't do what you did, but he admits that he's still working on himself, still becoming a better person. He might not have handled it right, but he felt as if he was triggered. Here's the entire message from Antonio Brown. This was posted last night, I believe. First of all, I'd like to express my gratitude to the Bucs fans and my teammates. So a lot of people immediately start going, the grammatical correctness of this post is top 5 in the history of the internet.
Oh, yeah. Impeccable.
By the way, this is not anybody saying that Antonio Brown did not write this, but I think as you're watching it, even has the comma after fans before and. I mean, you're talking like this is
R.L. Stein level.
Yeah, I would not. Whenever you're watching how this is put together and we read through this, is what the internet notice, and it's hard not to. There's double space even. I mean, it is a incredible message. The Bucs helped me, but also gives us his perspective. So even if he didn't type it up, he told somebody what happened in his side of the story, so we get a chance to hear it. Whatever the case, people are going to go after players if they put out a statement that contradicts what the people already believe anyway. So I'm not saying AB's right, but the immediate reaction by the people that don't believe AB is, he didn't put this out. There's no way he puts this out. Because there's even indents in the next paragraph that never happens on the internet. I mean, that is just not something that happens. So it is very easy to point out some things that make you go, did AB actually type this out? Or did AB talk to somebody, ghostwriter, they put together his sentiments, why he ended up in there? Let's assume it is the latter. Nonetheless, this is Antonio Brown's side of the whole thing.
Right.
First of all, I'd like to express my gratitude to the Bucs fans and my teammates. The Bucs helped me return to productive football after I had difficulties that could have ended my career. We worked together to resolve those difficulties, and I always appreciate that. Being part of a Super Bowl champion team and then a contender is a dream come true. I make mistakes, I'm working on myself, and I have positive influences around me. But one thing I don't do is shy away from playing hard on the field. No one can accuse me of not giving it my all every play. Because of my commitment to the game, I relented to pressure directly from my coach to play injured. Despite the pain, I suited up. That staff injected me with what I now know was a powerful and sometimes dangerous painkiller that the NFLPA has warned against using, and I gave it my all for the team. I played until it was clear that I could not use my ankle to safely perform my playing responsibilities. On top of that, the pain was extreme. I took a seat on the sideline, and my coach came up to me, very upset, and shouted, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?" I told him, "It's my ankle." But he knew that. It was well documented, and we had discussed it. He then ordered me to get on the field. I said, "Coach, I can't." He didn't call for medical attention. Instead, he shouted at me, "You're done," while he ran his finger across his throat. Coach was telling me that if I didn't play hurt, then I was done with the Bucs. I didn't quit, I was cut. I didn't walk away from my brothers, I was thrown out. Being fired on the sideline for having a painful injury was bad enough. Then came their spin. Coach denied on national television that he knew about my ankle. That's 100% inaccurate. Not only did he know I missed several games with the injury, he and I exchanged texts days before the game where he clearly acknowledged my injury. He obviously knew I was on the injury list, and the GM acknowledged after the game in text messages to my camp that I did tell Coach about my ankle pain on Sunday. Is that the end of it there?
That's page 1.
Yeah, now we got to go to the next picture. So he's laying out his side of it. I know we were losing to the Jets, and that was frustrating for all of us. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jets.
It's the Jets.
Come on.
What if, so let's assume, maybe AB did write this, not 100% sure. He has impeccable grammar if it was Antonio Brown that did it, and he deserves a lot more credit for that entire thing. But think about whoever was potentially talking to him, and he goes, we was losing to fucking Jets. I mean, it was not good for anybody. And that person writing, I know we were losing to the Jets, and that was frustrating for all of us. Okay, I don't even have to play in the NFL, and I know that. That was frustrating for everybody. Go ahead, Tom.
I think it helps if you picture him walking around sipping a cognac next to a fireplace with a monocle in, and the guy's on a typewriter.
Okay, and the guy typewriter is punching it in, following him on a
Stenographer type situation.
Yeah, okay, perfect. But I could not make football plays on that ankle. Yes, I walked off the field, but there's a major difference between launching from the line and taking hits compared to jogging off the field with a rush of emotions going through your mind. I'm reflecting on my reaction, but there was a trigger. The trigger was someone telling me that I'm not allowed to feel pain. I acknowledge my past, but my past does not make me a second-class citizen. My past does not forfeit my right to be heard when I am in pain. First they cut me, now they cage me. Instead of asking how I felt or getting to the bottom of it, the team texted my camp promoting a totally false narrative that I randomly acted out without any explanation. They even told us in writing, don't spin this any other way. I have stress, I have things that I need to work on, but the worst part of this has been the Bucs' repeated effort to portray this as a random outburst. They're telling people that first I walked off, then I was cut. No. I was cut first, and then I went home. They threw me out like an animal, and I refused to wear their brand on my body, so I took my jersey off. As part of their ongoing cover-up, they're acting like I wasn't cut, now demanding that I see a doctor of their choice to examine my ankle. What they did not know until now is that on Monday morning, I had an urgent MRI on my ankle. It shows broken bone fragments stuck in my ankle, the ligament torn from the bone, and cartilage loss, which are beyond painful. You can see the bone bulging from the outside, but that must and can be repaired. The MRI has been read by 2 top orthopedic surgeons in New York City, including Dr. Martin O'Malley. Let's go to the results. Mo! At hospital for special surgery, not realizing that I had already scheduled a surgery at HSS. The Bucs ordered me under penalty of discipline with a few hours notice to show up to a more junior doctor at HSS for another opinion. What a joke. They're playing like I wasn't cut, giving me a surprise attack order to show up to another doctor with no reasonable notice, and setting this whole thing up as a basis to cut me because they did on Sunday, what they did on Sunday was not legitimate. Sorry, GM. I already received a confirming opinion that the top doc at the hospital you ordered me to go to. I love the Bucs fans, I really do. I love my teammates and everyone who showed me grace and believed in me. I gave the Bucs everything I had on the field. What the organization is doing now needs to get cleaned up. I do not understand how people publicly claiming to be concerned about my mental health can do these things to me in private. Once my surgery is complete, I'll be back to 100% and looking forward to next season. Business gonna be booming. Ooh. That's a lot of words. That's a very well thought out, hey, this is my side of the whole thing. Now, if you do recall, Aaron Rodgers, after an offseason of getting buried, he sat at a press conference for 45 minutes, a lot of words, explained his side. This is Antonio Brown doing the same thing. Once again, do not get distracted by the fact that it probably was not him that typed this whole thing up. That immediately is what people are trying to do to illegitimize this entire story and narrative. And he did run a route against the Jets in which he literally burned a guy, turned him around, cut back, guy fell down basically, 14, 16-yard gain, whatever it was, and then after that whole thing. So now the conversation revolves around text messages that were released from AB talking to BA. It was a picture of him getting his ankle worked on. Actually, it started out with BA saying, make sure you're ready to go tomorrow. We are not resting for the playoffs. And then he followed up with a call me. Antonio Brown sends a picture of him getting his ankle worked on and then says, I'm all in, coach. Really can't get to full speed. I want to win, want to be there. If I wake up tomorrow, feel better, I'll be ready. Kind of rolled it outside on 2-point play. I want what's best for the team. Let me know when you're free. I'll call you. Okay, much different typing strategy than what we just read in the entire long thing. But this is a private conversation as opposed to a public announcement. BA says, come see me in the morning. We'll talk it out. Definitely want you with us in case you're ready. Okay, so I don't know. I didn't know that the narrative was that BA said he didn't know that AB had an ankle injury.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he did say that in the press conference. He said, I didn't know about an injury or whatever. I think what BA was referring to was on the sideline. Everything is about the sideline conversation at this point, but AB definitely has photo proof that BA knows that his ankle is injured. Now, granted, there's no way BA has any grounds on to stand that he didn't know about the injury at all or existing, because AB literally missed like 4 or 3 weeks before the 3-week suspension. So it gets even deeper now. So now AB's not just, exposing the conversation he had with BA, now he's also exposing the conversation he had with Alex Guerrero. And he said, basically, Tom Brady guy, Alex Guerrero, charging me $100K, never doing the work on me. How you even work with people like this? This is what I was dealing with. So then on Friday, December 24th, before the game, obviously, before this all happened, Antonio Brown texting at 6:51 a.m., hey, up early.
Working.
Hey, working. Like, legit. That was one of the first things I saw. Like, okay, he's sending texts at 6 a.m. Hey, AG, if we not going to work anymore, that's fine. Let me know about the $100K. I paid you. Only fair, get back half my money. Let me know how to proceed. Alex Guerrero responds like 2 hours later. Good morning, AB. I appreciate you reaching out to me. I completely understand that you want to go in a different direction. Thank you for the opportunity to work together. You are a wonderful person. I hope for your continued success on and off the field. Please let me know where you want me to send the balance. Big hugs, my friend. So at our office, there's been kind of a split reaction to that. The balance, I didn't know if that was what he thought AB owed him, or a lot of people thought that was the money he was going to send back in answer to what AB said there. I don't know how Alex Guerrero's getting buried in this. I thought that message was a pretty...
Yeah.
Class act.
I don't know. I'm not saying class act, but I don't know how else he was going to answer that, especially if they decided not to work together anymore. To dive in quickly here before we get to Rups, because I can't wait to chat with Rups of Hockey Talk. Alex Guerrero has a crew of people that have been doing this pliability, body guruing for a long time now. So much so that I've actually met a couple of them because they worked on a couple players that maybe played for the Indianapolis Colts that might have been at the New England Patriots before. That was something that not just Adam, Tom, there's a lot of goats from that New England Patriots team that were getting worked on by this crew of physical therapists that go deeper and have this pliability thing. They would fly around team to team, and you would be able to set up appointments. Those appointments were very expensive because what they're able to do with your body, we're seeing with Tom Brady, we're seeing with a lot of other greats, and they're not doing it for free. So $100K sounds like a lot, but I don't think Alex Guerrero is going to do shit for free for anybody. There are obviously business decisions being made here, but that is not that many sessions if what I was being told on how much a session costs each time. It's a massive investment. I was too young when I first encountered it to even think about investing in it. My whole body hurt the day after I was gifted a session from Vinatieri. I said, I'm not signing up for that ever again. And I think it was kind of like, if I make it to 10 years in the league, 11 years in the league, 12 years in the league, I'll get to this because I'll have enough cash to pay for it. And also my body will need it and require it. So who knows? There's a lot going on. That whole sideline's mic'd up though.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, we're going to know exactly what happened, I think. I would assume right now the Buccaneers, if they feel very confident in what was being said, they're going right to NFL Films and saying, hey, we need all the boom mics and all these things on the sideline to get this entire interaction. They'll probably release that on their side. I don't know if they want to do it now because there's a lot of drama, but AB also knows that everything is mic'd up and everything like that. He feels very confident about everything that happened. It's only going to continue to go here. I can't wait to see what the truth is. The truth is going to have to lie. So Adam Schefter just had a tweet. I assume it was about this. Buccaneers are releasing Antonio Brown today. League sources tell ESPN he is, as Bruce Arians proclaimed Sunday, no longer a Buck. Okay, so AB has been officially released because that was a part of his statement about they're keeping him in a cage. They tell him he can't play, get out of here. Then they keep him and say he can't go. They're probably trying to figure out all the backside of the whole thing. After these statements come out, the Bucs release him. That means the Bucs are probably confident.
Yeah. Well, if he had surgery, he's definitely not going to be able to play, next week or anytime soon when the Buccaneers will be playing a different team, right?
Well, and the scans, by the way, could show an injury, but it's also week 18 of an NFL season.
Right.
So I think that's probably what a lot of the Bucs people are saying. But if Antonio Brown is right in saying that they forced him to play and he didn't feel as if he could play, that's going to become a massive thing. Excited to see where the truth lies.